Oh, well, hello there. Well, welcome back to another episode of CraftWorks. I'm just grabbing some mushroom block. I really need to get a doorbell so you guys quit sneaking in on me here. Let's harvest this up real quick, and this will all make sense in just a moment. All right, and perfect. We have been gathering some mushroom blocks for our build, and plenty of brown mushroom blocks for our build today, and that is our dystopian settlement, or the beginning of such. And I think it sounds like it's a dark and rainy. It's dark and rainy. We've officially left our door outside of this bed. We've left this bed outside this door and it's nighttime, but I think if we just... Yep, let's just go. Let's just go. All right. Now that it's daytime, we've got the resources I think we're going to need. The birds are chirping, the sun is shining, and we're feeling good. And we've got this little building here, which I think we're going to use as our primary abode until we get the rest of the settlement complete. And then we've got the blue and the green building down here, all of which are ready to go. So I believe with all the stuff that I brought with between the bone blocks and the smooth sandstone and the rain, and all of the, oh man, some more bones, and all of the mushroom stems that we just acquired, I think we've got enough to get started. Now we're gonna need to do some more moss blocks and stuff like that, but for the core part of the structure, we are good to go. So I guess we could start by standing in the rain, singing in the rain. Let's sing in the rain. Here we go. And a one-y, and a two-y, and a three. Just kidding. Time lapse. Hey-ya! Alright, nothing like a little bit of elbow grease and a whole lot of time, and we are officially finished with our first home in our new dystopian settlement. And I am really quite pleased how this thing turned out. All of the little details. We do have some more vegetation to put on here. We're kind of short on vines, which is a problem. So it's missing some greenery, but I really do love the opaque colors of the mushroom and the bone block. And then to accent everything, we use some of the brighter woods like the mangrove and some of the, well, can't see it, the warped. Hold on. Way up here on top, over yonder. Trust me. Now, you may have just got a glimpse over my shoulder of what also has happened. I did the road work, and I went ahead and took it upon myself to go ahead and finish our other two homes. Boom. There they are. Now, again, we're missing some of the foliage and the lichen and some of the, they're supposed to be right there, vines everywhere. And so we're missing that detail in most of all of these buildings so far, but the general structure themselves are complete. And this one we went ahead and fashioned into our wood store. Now, we have interior decorating to do in all these buildings, but this is going to be a place where I can bulk store all of our wood items. And there's 3 stories, so maybe we break this up into a couple different storage systems. This one here has not been decided yet. It is the first thing you're going to catch as you march into town, is this building. Now, obviously, we're using this one as our home for the time being, but I don't think it would hurt for something fun to be here in the beginning. I don't know if we're going to have some sort of sell shop or just a information guide or access to a city and what to expect. But with all that said, there is one more thing I would like to get checked off as the beginning points of our village, and that is I would like to build some sort of lighting feature, and I think it would be really cool if these lights only came on when it was dark. There we go, got the inventory sorted. Now I have an idea of what I want these to look like, but I need to make one first, and it needs to be in a spot that makes sense since there's not many lights along here. I think the first one should go right here. So I think just a standard base with a couple posts, and we may want to go up a little bit more. So let's go ahead and scaffold our way up here. I think if we go 3 hopper lamp while I'm jumping, and then a daylight sensor. Now we want this, nope, we want that off. And then I think what I was gonna do, I want to cover this up. Oh. So in order to cover that up, hold on. There we go, now we can crouch. I don't know if we want to go with just a box on top, or if we want to do something a little fancier and maybe put awesome trapdoors and a lovely block right on top. How does that look? Let's take a step back real quick. It'll be covered up. The other option is I have these waxed coppers in here. I really am trying to use all the coppers just because it's our thing. We're the copper guy. The copper guy with the perfect stash. From this perspective, what do we think of the green? It might be a little much, and I'm actually, now that I look at this, it might be a little top heavy. That's a bad perspective because we don't have that side done yet, but I'm not sure. You know what? I think I like the green. I wasn't sold, but it is kind of the accent to all of our buildings. All of our structures has this green, so I think it's a good way to tie it in. We don't have much of this dark oak up here, so let's go ahead and get that replaced. Let's finish this one out, and we'll give it a test. Okay, so that's the complete lamp structure. Now I am thinking about one more revision. We might add in some, there we go. I think that is gonna add just enough texture to kind of round it off. It was looking more like a top hat. Now let's get back and see how that looks. Beautiful. Okay, I definitely do, yes, definitely love that. Now we need a couple more in the area. And I think I want them to kind of line the path, so as you come into the city, if the sun's beginning to set, it'll look really cool as these light up along the way. But let's go ahead and let me go ahead and build a few more. Hopefully I can get these done because the sun's beginning to set and we'll be able to put them to use. Okay, now they're all done, and clearly I was attacked by a malicious party of pillagers. But we now have to wait for the sun to set, so I guess we will stand here and count down the time. And there it is. And it's not even nighttime, but we were blessed with the sight of a rainy day. And they look absolutely phenomenal. I actually am quite a fan of the copper just because it kind of matches the earthy tones of the surrounding, just because we now have podzol instead of standard grass, so it's just giving us that little bit of extra green. Oh, and everything was finished until a creeper decided that it was going to do a little deconstruction. Alright, well I think during this sunny rainstorm, it's the perfect time to showcase everything we've done from some different perspectives here. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get a good glimpse of everything on a 360 view from above. I really am in love with this building. Now, we do need to decide how we are going to establish or represent what these buildings are used for. Now, the wood shop, we can have some sort of pickaxe on a sign or something and name it the axe shop or the wooden nickel or something interesting. But we've got the redstone area or like the entry building, and we've also got our abode, which will change into something later down the line. So we really got to decide what we're going to do when that comes full circle. A couple other things we need to note quickly are we have a couple more buildings I think I've got ready to be designed, or ideas of such. That is the building that's going to go just nestled beyond these two big spruce trees, and then I would like to do some sort of cool little rustic dystopian fishing hut right on this little channel that kind of approaches the backside of our settlement here. And then finally towards the front where the trees have been cleared, I need to kind of reestablish this forest and grow back some of these overgrowth. We needed some of the wood, and I believe a couple other crafters were over here hunting mob heads, so they made this little pit over here. But we need to go ahead and create some sort of big entrance, whether that's an archway or some sort of fence design with just an open gate. Now, I'm not going to fence off any of this area, so mobs may become a problem, but at least we'll have some way to signify that you've entered this dystopian settlement. So I think all in all, my next steps are to go ahead and get some help with all of our interiors. So I'm going to need to go ahead and get a hold of E and Izzy and Millie and see what we can come up with, but I definitely need some help. I'm gonna have to decide what these buildings are going to be officially before we can work on that. I might try to do the wood shop myself, but I definitely would like some help getting rid of this chest monster and designing the interior of my home just to make it a little more fun to enter every single day. But I think we've got plenty of buildings out of the way. We did build 3 things today, did a bunch of resourcing, built some beautiful lamps, a pathway, and really set the foundation for our new settlement, including the mushroom farm. So that's going to bring it to an end of the episode today. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. You won't want to miss a CraftWorks episode. Until next time, stay crafty, stay courageous, and as always, stay beautiful. Goodbye.